At $27.2 million in the KDP Select Global Fund, one would be led to believe that publishing through Kindle Direct Publishing is definitely profitable, but there is a vast majority of people that aren't even touching even a fraction of that $27 million in February of 2020. So what gives? Is Kindle Publishing still profitable in 2020? Yes or no? Find out all that in today's episode, so stay tuned. Hey, I'm Dale L. Roberts, a best-selling author as well as a self-publishing advocate who wants to show you how to publish books that sell. You want that too? Of course, subscribe to this channel and also join me on twitch.tv/self-publish every Monday at 12 p.m. If you subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime, you'll get a few freebies in the process. Is Kindle Publishing still profitable in 2020? Yes or no? I hate to say that this would be a rather short video if I just told you yes or no, because it really requires more insights, a deeper thinking about this. Kindle Direct Publishing launched back in late 2007 and really got going in 2008, but it didn't pick up too much popularity until about 2010 to 2015 in what was called the Kindle Publishing Gold Rush, where everyone and their mother was putting out a book and profiting hand and fist. Organic sales were king. You could put out just about any type of hammered garbage onto the market and just make a lot of money. And there were some people pulling in 5 to 6 figures per month in earnings. It's lucrative, making $10,000 to $100,000 per month, putting out just about anything. And there wasn't really any kind of marketing or promotion strategy. That was the day when you could just put everything out and you could really make some serious money. You'd target a niche or a keyword and profit. Wow, that was pretty freaking awesome. But this giant shift happened in July of 2015. It was just about a month prior to that Amazon started to detect some fake reviews being put on there by way of what's called review swaps. It's a quid pro quo system of an author exchanging a book with another author so they can actually have reviews on each of their books. Well, then it started getting outsourced to virtual assistants, and it eventually became just this wildfire of nothing but fake reviews being put on books. So they started clamping down. They started shutting down privileges to people for leaving reviews. They were taking reviews off of books. So this loophole was being closed up. Well, the other loophole still remained, and that was through the KDP Select program. Now, as I'd mentioned, in February 2020, the KDP Select Global Fund was $27.2 million, and it wasn't quite that much back then. I think it was probably closer to $15 to $20 million per month at that point. And it's a big pool that is shared amongst people that have their book enrolled in an exclusive program. And anytime someone checked it out back then, if a reader read at least 10% of your ebook, you would get paid a certain percentage of the Global Select Fund, and that generally ran about $1.30 to $1.40, sometimes upwards of $1.50, depending on how many people were enrolled and how large the Global Select Fund was. Now you can see the problem. People were putting out these small pamphlets and they were getting paid the same as someone who was putting out a giant novel, and it didn't make sense. I mean, you're reading 10% of a 1,000-page manuscript and then 1 page of a 10-page manuscript. That doesn't quite equate. And so there was enough complaints to KDP to change the system, and they did to what's right now happening is called KENPC, the Kindle Edition Normalized Page Count, meaning this is how they averaged out the number of pages for your given ebook, and then you were paid per page read in the system. So a lot of people started bailing on the system July 2015. They're like, deuces, this isn't as easy as it used to be. And on top of that, the algorithm was becoming more sophisticated. You couldn't just grab any old keyword, and you couldn't put a bunch of reviews on your book and expect to get organic sales. So the fact of the matter is too, even to this day, the Amazon algorithm becomes more smart. It learns more from the customer behavior and the buy patterns and search patterns. So it's become so much more difficult. So here's how it is now. Before, we used to just publish Kindle ebooks through KDP, but now we have KDP Print. We used to have CreateSpace to publish our print books, and that was an Amazon-owned company, but it had merged with KDP to make KDP Print, in December of 2018. Now, why is this important to the conversation? Well, Kindle Publishing is no longer just publishing ebooks. Now you have print books, and it's all in one dashboard instead of two separate ones. And now more than ever, writers need to do a few things in order to become successful. The first thing is they need to have and grow a following. If you expect to publish and pray for the best and have it to where Amazon's going to give you an audience, that's not going to happen. You need to come with people to the party in order for Amazon to say, oh, okay, well, we're going to go ahead and start to push this book. The next thing is marketing and promotion. It is a given. You have to market and promote your book, and you need to do it indefinitely. You need to keep doing it and don't stop doing it. It needs to be ongoing. So while you're writing your upcoming book, you're promoting your current one. And it's just a rinse and repeat thing that you have to do. Speaking of writing your upcoming book, you need to produce content and feed the beast, because Amazon loves products. And the more products you can feed it, the more relevance you build in its algorithm. And it gets it to where, oh wow, this author has 6 books and this one's doing really well. Well, I'll go ahead and recommend these other books because clearly someone's enjoying this. Feed the beast, continue to produce content. Get reviews, all right? Get reviews the legit way. Find out who your audience is, have them buy your books, and ask them to provide honest reviews on Amazon's platform. You need to ask people for it, and it's important that you don't coerce them into putting any type of review on. Just ask that they leave an honest review. This should be also, like the marketing and promotion end of things, you need to add that in there and getting reviews on a regular basis for your books. And also, this is inevitable. It is a pay-to-play world. I mentioned marketing and promotion, but some of it requires that you have to invest, and Amazon advertising is the most dead simple way of doing things, and it can be somewhat cost-effective if you know what you're doing. We've got plenty of videos about Amazon advertising on this channel. You can just simply look for those. So is Kindle Publishing still profitable in 2020? Yes or no? And I'm gonna say yes, but not without those best practices I previously mentioned. If you think that it's going to be profitable by just publishing it on there and Amazon's gonna serve it on a silver platter to their audience, you're gonna be sorely mistaken. So yes, Kindle Publishing is still very much profitable in 2020. And speaking of Kindle Publishing, I mean, is Kindle Direct Publishing all that in a bag of chips? In fact, I did a deep dive this year about KDP. Is KDP worth it in 2020? Well, we'll find out in the very next video, so make sure that you click on it. I'll see you there.